Chosen one, you are not here by accident, and this moment was not randomly placed in your day. Something unseen has been guiding you, drawing you through questions you could never fully silence, leading you to this exact second by divine appointment. Long before you press play, your hidden identity was already responding, because heaven only awakens those who are marked to hear. Chosen one, you are standing at the edge of a revelation about who you truly are. There have been signs around you since childhood, sensitivities. You could never explain patterns in your life that never fit ordinary paths. These were not coincidences. They were markers placed within you, pointing to a rare spiritual origin and a calling that has been quietly unfolding beneath the surface of your story. Anointed one. The reason your heart has always searched for meaning beyond the visible world is because you were set apart before you ever took a breath. As it is written in Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5, you were known and consecrated before your days began. As 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 9 declares, you are chosen, called out, and appointed for light. Even Psalm 139 verse 14 reminds us that you were formed with intention, not by chance. Chosen one, let this moment prepare your spirit. What you are about to hear is not just information. It is an awakening that touches your body, your soul, and the direction of your life itself. Chosen one. As you listen to these words, I need you to understand something sacred. You did not arrive here by curiosity, coincidence, or chance. You were led here, drawn by threads woven long before you understood the language of grief or the weight of spiritual questions. And when a question rises in the human heart, especially a question about heaven, loss, or angels, it is never just a question. It is a revelation pressing against the edges of your awareness, trying to wake something ancient inside you. Chosen one. When you wonder whether your loved ones are watching over you, you are not simply seeking comfort. You are responding to a spiritual ache that has lived in your soul for years, maybe even since childhood. I know this feeling intimately. There were days in my own life when the absence of someone I loved felt louder than the presence of anything else. Moments when a certain song, a smell, or a quiet pause in the room made me feel as though heaven was brushing past my shoulder. I would ask myself, are they near? Can they see me? Do they know what I'm facing? But with time, prayer, and a few tender encounters that shaped me more than I realized, I came to understand the deeper truth behind that longing. The grief you carry. Chosen one is not proof of weakness. It is proof of love. It is the echo of connection. It is the soul's way of remembering something eternal. And that longing for presence, for closeness, for reassurance is actually a sign of your spiritual sensitivity, a marker of the identity heaven placed in you. Not everyone feels grief the way you do. Not everyone senses the invisible realms around them. Some people simply move on, close the door of their heart and keep going. But you anointed one, you feel the pull. You feel the shift in the atmosphere. You notice the things others ignore. And that is not a burden. It is a marker. It is part of the calling you didn't choose but were born into. You see, when you ask whether your loved ones are watching over you from heaven, what you are really asking is, am I seen? Am I remembered? Am I connected to something beyond this world? And the truth is that your connection has never been broken. But heaven's design is different from the comfort we imagine. Your loved ones are not looking down at the pain, chaos, or confusion of this world. They are not watching your difficult days or your failures or your secret tears. Heaven is a place of unbroken joy, untouched by sorrow. And because of that, those who have gone before you are not looking back. They are looking at God, immersed in a fullness that once felt impossible. The ache you feel when you miss them does not come from their absence. It comes from the love still alive inside you. Love does not dissolve when someone crosses into eternity. It transforms. It becomes a bridge between worlds, a spiritual thread heaven uses to pull you forward. And chosen one, that ache is also an indicator of the gift in you. You carry a heart that feels deeply, sees deeply, remembers deeply. You were crafted with a sensitivity that others may not understand because it was never meant to function only in the physical realm. It was designed to discern the spiritual. It was designed to recognize angels, to feel divine protection, to sense when heaven draws near. And when you wonder about guardian angels, it is because your spirit already knows you have never walked alone. You have felt nudges you could not explain. You have been protected from dangers you never saw. You have been redirected when you almost stepped into something that would have broken you. You have been lifted out of moments that should have crushed you. These were not accidents. These were assignments. This is why your life has been spared again and again. This is why even in your lowest moments, something unseen held you together. The presence you felt wasn't imagination, it was intervention. The guidance you sensed wasn't coincidence, it was orchestration. You may not know how angels work, but your soul recognizes their touch. And the reason you feel that so strongly is because you were born with a heightened spiritual awareness. You were set apart, crafted differently, attuned to realms others can't perceive. Even the grief you carry is prophetic. It pulls you toward questions that open the doors of your calling. And perhaps the deeper truth is this: you weren't just asking about your loved ones. You were asking about yourself, about your purpose, about your place in the unseen story God has been writing through your life. Chosen one, this moment is revealing more than you expected. Chosen one. As we continue, I want you to breathe for a moment and recognize what is happening inside you right now. Something in your spirit is stirring, not with fear, not with confusion, but with recognition. It is the feeling of truth brushing against a place inside you that has been waiting for language. You are not merely listening, you are remembering. And the reason this memory feels ancient is because it is. The questions you ask about heaven, about angels, about the unseen realms, they rise from a deeper well than your mind. They rise from the part of you that has always known you were connected to something beyond this world. Anointed one, that part of you is awakening. I remember seasons in my own life when grief felt like a fog I couldn't shake, days when the absence of those I loved felt like an entire dimension collapsing into silence. In that silence, I didn't know that heaven was shaping me. I didn't realize grief itself could be a doorway, a threshold, an initiation into seeing the world differently. And maybe you've lived your own version of that. Maybe you've felt the ache at the dinner table where someone should have been. Maybe you've reached out to share good news, only to remember they're no longer here. Maybe you've caught yourself saying they would have loved this, and then suddenly you couldn't breathe because the moment felt too sacred, too heavy, too empty. But chosen one. The fact that you feel so deeply is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of assignment. Heaven entrusted you with a heart capable of carrying depth. And because of that, the questions that rise inside you are holy. They come from a place where your spirit is trying to understand what your soul already knows: that love does not vanish, that presence does not disappear, that the bonds formed in God never dissolve, they transform. And when you ask if your loved ones are watching over you, what you are truly sensing is that the connection remains, even if the experience has changed. They are not watching the breaking world, the fails, the struggles, but the love you shared has woven itself into your journey. Their prayers, spoken or unspoken, continue to echo over your life. Their story did not end. It shifted realms. And heaven remembers everything that was sown into you through them. Chosen one. You need to understand something deeper. Still, part of the reason you ask these questions is because you carry a calling that brushes against the veil of the unseen. You sense things before they happen. You feel shifts in the atmosphere others overlook. You dream things that feel more like encounters than imagination. You have moments when a sudden warmth wraps around you, or a familiar presence seems to sit in the room, and you wonder if you're imagining it. You're not. Your spirit has always been sensitive to the realm of God. Not everyone walks through life with that awareness. Not everyone feels when angels draw near. Not everyone senses when heaven aligns their steps. But you do. And that is because your identity was shaped in a dimension beyond the natural. There were markers placed on your life from the beginning, dreams you couldn't explain as a child, instincts that saved you more than once, a knowing that would whisper when danger approached, a pull toward God, even when you tried to run in the opposite direction. This is why the question about angels resonates so deeply with you. It's not theological curiosity, it's spiritual memory. Your soul remembers protection you didn't see. Your spirit recognizes the presence that walked with you through storms that should have swallowed you whole. I remember moments in my own life when I felt an invisible hand steady me, whisper strength into me, pull me away from what was meant to destroy me. I didn't always know what it was called back then. I didn't have the vocabulary or the confidence to call it divine, but now I do. And I can say this to you with conviction. Chosen one, you have been protected by angels more times than you will ever know. Heaven does not assign angels randomly. The weight on your life, the warfare you've endured, the purpose you carry, it all demanded reinforcement. This is why you have survived things others didn't. This is why battles that were supposed to break you only sharpened your vision. This is why, even in your lowest moments, something in you refused to die. You have angelic assignments connected to your calling. You have spiritual guardians aligned with your destiny. You have been shielded in ways you may never fully see until eternity reveals the tapestries behind your story. So when you feel that nudge to pause, when you sense that whisper in your spirit, when you escape a danger you didn't even recognize at the time, remember who walks with you. Remember the realm you are connected to. Remember the identity you carry. Because chosen one, nothing about you has ever been ordinary. Chosen one. As we step deeper into this revelation, I want you to notice something stirring inside you, a quiet intensity, a recognition, a sense that what you're hearing is not new information, but a truth your soul already carries. This is what happens when heaven starts unveiling the layers of who you truly are. The questions you've asked about heaven, about your loved ones, about the unseen presence that has walked with you, they are not born from insecurity. They are born from your design. You were created with a spirit that senses beyond sight, hears beyond sound, and remembers beyond time. And chosen one, that remembrance is awakening now. You might think you're just wondering about your loved ones, but the truth is, deeper, your spirit is responding to spiritual realities you were born connected to. There have been moments in your life when the atmosphere around you shifted without explanation, times when you felt watched, but not in fear, times when a comfort wrapped around you unexpectedly, times when you should have broken, but a peace you didn't understand rose up inside you. Even times when you felt someone whisper your name within a voice you couldn't trace to any human. These experiences were not random. They were reminders. They were confirmations of the spiritual infrastructure woven around your life since birth. Anointed one, you carry a weight, a calling, a spiritual assignment that made heaven take special care over your journey. You were never meant to navigate this world unguarded. Your questions reflect your wiring. I remember my own moments of wondering, times when grief made the world feel smaller and heavier, as though every breath borrowed strength from somewhere unseen. Times when I missed someone so deeply it felt as though my chest could collapse under the ache. And yet something always held me, something always steadied me in the loneliness. Something always whispered, "You are not abandoned." Looking back, I now see it clearly. Those were angelic interventions. Those were divine reinforcements. Those were spiritual assignments, quietly fulfilling their purpose. And chosen one. If you look back over your life, I promise you'll recognize moments like that too. A night when you should have been somewhere unsafe, but something delayed you. A moment when you almost made a devastating decision, but an invisible weight tugged you back. A time when despair tried to consume you, but an unexplainable comfort filled your room. That wasn't coincidence. That wasn't luck. That was heaven's hand. And here is the truth you must hold tightly. Now, the reason you experience such interventions is because your story is part of a larger blueprint, one that your spirit has always known, even before your mind understood it. You were set apart, chosen, marked. This is why your questions go deeper than the average person's. This is why your pain feels spiritual as much as emotional. This is why you grieve with a sensitivity others don't understand. Your grief has depth because your love has depth. And your love has depth because your spirit is ancient, shaped by heaven long before your body entered the world. Chosen one. When you feel that ache for someone who has passed, you are experiencing more than loss. You are touching the remnants of a connection heaven crafted. And even though they are not watching the details of your earthly life, the bond between your spirit and theirs has not evaporated. Love is not confined to earth. It is eternal. But heaven, in its mercy, shields your loved ones from the brokenness of this world, allowing them to behold God in perfect joy. And while they are immersed in glory, you remain covered, guarded, and upheld by the angels assigned to your life. Angels have moved around you more than you realize. They have stood in front of doors that were never meant for you. They have blocked attacks you didn't see forming. They have whispered warnings into your intuition disguised as gut feelings. They have cleared paths that seemed impossible. And the reason they move with such intention is because of who you are spiritually. You were crafted with a mission, and every mission requires protection. If you have ever sensed you were being preserved for something greater, it's because you were. If you've ever felt that your survival itself is a testimony, that's because heaven invested heavily in your story. And if you've ever felt watched, not by people but by presence, it is because angels do not leave those chosen by God unguarded. So as you listen now, understand this: your questions are not small. Your sensitivity is not random. Your grief is not a flaw. Everything inside you is responding to the spiritual reality of who you are and who has walked with you. You were designed to feel what you feel, and heaven placed more around you than you ever imagined. Chosen one. As we move deeper into this unveiling, I want you to breathe and allow your spirit to settle into the truth that is rising within you. You are not being informed, you are being reminded. Everything you are hearing is something your soul has touched before, long before your memory learned how to form sentences. Something inside you recognizes what heaven is bringing to the surface, because your spirit remembers the realm you came from. And that is why the questions you ask about heaven, about angels, about your loved ones, these are not the questions of an ordinary soul. These are the questions of someone who carries a deeper spiritual history, someone whose identity reaches beyond the boundaries of time. Chosen one, that identity is beginning to glow. You may not realize it yet, but the longing you carry, the ache in your chest, when you think of those you've lost, the heaviness that comes when you sense the invisible, all of it is connected to your spiritual sensitivity. Some people go through life numb to the unseen realm, unaware of the currents moving around them. But not you. You have always been aware, even when you didn't have language for it. You noticed things before others did. You felt atmospheres shift. You sensed danger before it arrived. You recognized sincerity, deception, and spiritual weight instinctively. These are not emotional quirks. These are signs of calling, signs that you are marked for a divine purpose. I remember moments in my own life when the veil between worlds felt thin. Times when I walked into a place and instantly felt something was off. Times when a sudden peace settled over me in the middle of chaos. Times when I should have been afraid, but an unexplainable strength rose inside me. I didn't understand then that these were spiritual indicators, signs that heaven was guiding and guarding me. And chosen one. I know you've had these moments too. A feeling that someone unseen was standing beside you, a sudden warmth during a painful night, a whisper of clarity when confusion tried to swallow you. You brushed these moments off, but your spirit didn't. Your spirit recognized them for what they were: divine interventions. That awareness is not accidental. It is a spiritual inheritance. It is proof that you carry the fingerprints of heaven on your life. And because of that, your relationship with grief has always felt different from others. When someone you love crosses into eternity, the world might expect you to move on to function as though the connection simply vanished. But you have never been able to do that. Your grief doesn't feel like an end, it feels like a transition, a shift, a change in the nature of the relationship, not the destruction of it. That is because your spirit knows something your mind hasn't always been taught. Love is eternal. Connection is spiritual. And when someone leaves this world, the bond remains, even if the experience changes. Chosen one. I need you to understand this clearly. The ache you feel for the people who have passed is not a sign of emptiness. It is a sign of fullness. You loved deeply, and that love has roots in eternity. That ache is a reminder that your heart was crafted with the ability to feel beyond the physical world, and that depth of feeling is part of your calling. You weren't created to love lightly. You weren't crafted to attach shallowly. You were given a heart that mirrors the depth of heaven's own love. And the weight of that love is what awakens the questions inside you. Questions that reveal your identity as someone who walks close to the veil. But even in your longing, heaven has never left you unprotected. Your loved ones are immersed in glory, not watching the brokenness of this world. Yet heaven has assigned angels to you, angels who walk with you, guard you, guide you, and intervene for you. This is why you have survived things that were designed to break you. This is why you've walked out of situations you should not have escaped. This is why you've experienced protection you still can't explain. Your life has been covered not because you are lucky, but because you are chosen. There were nights when darkness pressed against your mind, but something pushed it back. There were days when you felt like you were collapsing, but a strength rose inside you that didn't come from your own willpower. There were choices you were about to make that would have changed everything, but a disruption, small, inconvenient, perfectly timed, kept you from stepping into danger. Angels were present. They moved around you in the quiet. They redirected your steps when your heart was too tired to discern. They shielded you when your spirit was too weary to fight. And they did it because heaven saw the weight you carry, the calling sealed within you. Chosen one, you have never walked alone. And the fact that you are still standing today is one more sign of who you truly are. Chosen one. As we continue into this next unfolding, let your spirit stay open, because what you are about to hear is meant to reach a deeper layer of you, the layer that has survived storms in silence, the layer that has carried questions you never dared to speak out loud. You are stepping into a revelation that explains why your life has felt different, why you have walked roads others never had to face, and why certain moments marked you in ways you still struggle to describe. Heaven is not revealing these things to overwhelm you, but to help you finally recognize the depth of who you are. Anointed one. There have been seasons in your life when you felt disconnected from the world around you, not because you were isolated, but because you were spiritually attuned in ways no one taught you to understand. You have always noticed the invisible undercurrent in conversations. You could sense when someone's words carried truth or when they carried hidden motives. You could feel when a place held peace or when it held heaviness. You could walk into a room and instantly recognize something was off, even when everyone else seemed perfectly comfortable. This sensitivity was not random, it was identity, and it has been with you since childhood. Maybe you remember being young and feeling things you couldn't explain. A sudden fear that didn't make sense. A sudden calm that felt bigger than you. A dream that stayed with you for years. A moment when you felt watched, not in danger, but in protection. Many children experience passing sensations, but yours stayed deepened, matured. While others forgot their childhood intuition, yours sharpened. And that is because heaven never allowed your spiritual senses to go dormant. You were crafted for awareness. Chosen one. The question you carry about whether your loved ones are watching over you reveals something profound. You long for connection with the unseen, because you are connected to the unseen. Most people only wonder about heaven when tragedy strikes. But your spirit has always leaned toward the eternal, even before loss touched your life. Loss simply awakened what was already inside you. Grief did not create your spiritual sensitivity, it exposed it. And while others might interpret grief as emptiness, you experience it as a doorway, an opening into questions that feel like they come from somewhere ancient, somewhere holy. I remember walking through my own seasons of loss, feeling as though my heart was splitting into two worlds. One part grounded in the life I was still living, and the other reaching toward the place where those I loved had gone. In those seasons, I didn't realize heaven was teaching me to see beyond the visible. I didn't understand that grief was sharpening my ability to discern, to feel, to notice. Now, I understand those moments differently. They were not the collapse of my world. They were the awakening of my spirit. And chosen one. You've had these awakenings too. Moments when you were convinced someone was near, even when you were alone. Moments when you felt a peace settle around you that did not match your circumstances. Moments when you sensed danger before it arrived. Moments when you felt a sudden urge to pray, to pause, to turn around, or to walk away. These were not coincidences. These were not illusions. These were spiritual communications. These were angelic nudges. These were signs that heaven has always been intricately involved in your story. This is why you've survived moments that should have destroyed you. This is why you've walked out of situations other people never escaped. This is why you have resilience that doesn't match the wounds you've endured. You are not regular. You are not fragile. You are not abandoned. You are guarded. You are watched over. You are covered by angels assigned to your destiny. And the reason the adversities in your life have been so intense is because your calling has always been intense. Your spiritual weight has always been heavy. Your future impact has always been significant. The enemy doesn't attack those who pose no threat. And angels are not assigned lightly. You have been fought for because you are valuable. You have been protected because you are purposeful. You have been preserved because heaven has invested deeply in your existence. And when you feel that spiritual stirring inside you, the one that makes you wonder about the proximity of heaven, it is because your identity is pulling you into clarity. Chosen one. The truth is this: your loved ones are not watching the brokenness of the world you walk through. They are held in perfect joy, enveloped in glory. But the love they gave you, the prayers they spoke, the impact they left, those remain alive in you. The connection has not dissolved, it has transformed. And heaven did not leave you alone in their absence. Heaven equipped you with angels, spiritual guardians, and divine reinforcements to walk beside you in every season. The very reason you ask these questions is because your spirit knows you are surrounded. It knows you are seen. It knows you are guided. And the more you awaken to your identity, the more clearly you will begin to recognize just how divinely orchestrated your journey has been. Chosen one. As we step into this next unveiling, let your heart remain steady and your spirit open, for everything being revealed to you now is meant to align your inner world with the truth heaven has been whispering over your life since the beginning. You have carried questions for years. Questions about loss. Questions about presence. Questions about why you feel so deeply and why you sense things others dismiss. These questions are not signs of confusion. They are signs of identity. When heaven begins to awaken a chosen one, it often begins in the realm of longing, in the ache for understanding, in the quiet moments when you feel pulled toward the invisible. And you, anointed one, have felt that pull your entire life, even when you didn't know what to call it. There were moments when you felt something stand beside you in the dark, and though you should have been afraid, you felt peace. There were times when you almost made a choice that would have changed your life for the worse, but something urged you to pause. There were nights when you cried without knowing who would hear you, yet you still felt heard. These moments were not accidents. They were divine fingerprints. They were the subtle ways heaven was training your spirit to recognize that you are not walking this journey alone. The questions you ask today are simply the grown-up versions of the spiritual instincts you had as a child. I remember my own experiences with this, times when I felt deeply connected to people who were no longer in this world, times when I felt protected without understanding by whom, times when grief pulled me to my knees, but something lifted me back up before I sank. In those seasons, I didn't fully grasp what was happening. I thought I was wrestling with emotions, but now I understand I was wrestling with revelation. Heaven was shaping my identity through loss, not because loss is holy, but because grief opens places in us that are otherwise unreachable. And chosen one, I know you have walked that same road. You have felt the sharpness of absence, the hollow space where a voice once lived, the ache that doesn't fade just because time moves forward. But what if I told you that this ache is not proof of abandonment, it is proof of connection? The deeper your love, the deeper your longing. The deeper your longing, the deeper your spirit. And the deeper your spirit, the clearer your calling. Chosen one, there is something different about the way you grieve. You do not simply miss someone, you feel as though part of your spirit is reaching into another realm, searching for the one who is no longer here. This is not delusion, it is spiritual sensitivity. Not everyone grieves this way. Some hearts shut down, yours opened. Some minds numb themselves, yours awakened. Some spirits retreat inward, yours reached upward. Your grief made you more aware of heaven, not less. That alone says something about who you are. It means your soul was shaped for spiritual depth. It means your identity has always been intertwined with the unseen. It means the veil between realms has always been thinner for you. And this brings us to something sacred. Your connection to your loved ones has not been severed, but it has been transformed. They are not watching the pain of your daily struggles, but the love that bound you to them has not died. It remains in your spirit, woven into your story, influencing your path in ways you may not even realize. But heaven has ensured that you are not left unguarded in their absence. Angels walk with you not as a poetic image, but as a spiritual reality. Their presence has protected you more times than you know. Think about the moments you narrowly escaped harm. Think about the sudden change of direction that saved you from disaster. Think about the last-minute feeling that told you not to trust someone. Think about the comfort that came unexpectedly when your heart was breaking. Chosen one. These were not coincidences. These were angelic interventions. There is a reason your life has been preserved so fiercely. There is a reason battles meant to destroy you failed. There is a reason doors meant to trap you never fully closed. There is a reason darkness tried so hard to break you but never succeeded. Your destiny carries weight. Your identity carries authority. And heaven has guarded you accordingly. The intensity of your trials is a reflection of the intensity of your calling. The depth of your grief is a reflection of the depth of your spirit. And the persistence of your questions is a reflection of the truth your soul is trying to uncover. Anointed One. You've always sensed that you are different, not better different. Set apart in ways you couldn't articulate, marked by experiences that changed you more than they changed others, gifted with intuition that felt too sharp to ignore. And you've probably wondered at times why you feel things in your spirit before they happen, why you dream things that later unfold, why your emotions run deeper than the surface, why your heart can detect what eyes cannot see. This is because the spiritual realm recognizes you and you recognize it. You were crafted with antennas tuned to heaven's frequency. You were designed to sense what others overlook. And this sensitivity is not a flaw. It is a spiritual assignment. It is part of the reason angels walk with you. It is part of the reason darkness has tried to confuse you. And it is part of the reason heaven is now bringing clarity. Chosen One. Everything inside you is awakening to the truth that you are not alone. You have never been alone, and you were never meant to walk blindly through a world that does not understand your spiritual depth. Your questions are not signs of doubt, they are signs of destiny, and heaven is answering them now. Chosen One. As we move into this next depth of revelation, allow your spirit to breathe, because what is unfolding now is not merely teaching, it is remembrance. The farther we go, the more you will recognize that this message is awakening things you have carried your entire life. This is why the words feel familiar, why they echo inside your chest, rather than simply enter your mind. Your soul knows truth long before your intellect agrees with it, and right now, heaven is lifting layers off your spirit that have been waiting for years to be understood. You are beginning to see who you truly are, not who life taught you to be, not who pain tried to shape you into, but who heaven declared you to be before you ever drew breath. Chosen One. You have always sensed that your journey did not match the patterns of those around you. While others walked straight paths, yours twisted and turned through valleys you did not choose but survived anyway. While others laughed without weight, your joy always carried depth. While others shrugged off spiritual moments, you absorbed them. While others ignored inner stirrings, you paid attention even when you doubted yourself. That alone reveals something sacred. You were designed with a spiritual awareness that most people never learn to recognize. And although you have questioned it, resisted it, misunderstood it, your sensitivity has always been a sign of your calling. Think back, Anointed One. There were times in your childhood when you felt things you had no explanation for. Times when you sensed someone in the room even though you were alone. Times when you woke from dreams that felt more like messages than imagination. Times when your spirit recoiled from a place or person without knowing why. You may have dismissed these experiences back then, but now, in the light of revelation, you can finally see them for what they were: early signs that the veil between realms was thinner around you than around others. You were never spiritually blind. You were spiritually marked, and because of that, marking your life has carried an unusual weight. You've gone through seasons that demanded more strength than anyone around you dared imagine. You've walked through heartbreak that reshaped your inner world. You've faced losses that should have shattered your capacity to hope, and yet here you are, not perfect, not untouched, but still spiritually alive, still sensing, still reaching, still connected to something beyond yourself. This is not just resilience, this is proof of preservation. Heaven has preserved you. Angels have upheld you. Your spirit has remained intact, even when your heart felt broken. Chosen One. You must understand this: the intensity of your pain reveals the intensity of your purpose. The enemy does not wage war where there is no threat, and angels are not assigned where there is no destiny. Your battles, losses, and grief have not been signs of abandonment. They have been signs of importance. Heaven doesn't invest in the uncalled. Heaven invests in the chosen, and you, Anointed One, have been invested in heavily. There have been moments when you felt as though something reached inside your grief and steadied you. Moments when you were on the verge of emotional collapse, but something lifted you before you hit the ground. Moments when you questioned whether you belonged on this earth anymore, but an invisible hand held your soul together. These were not psychological illusions. These were not coincidences. These were angelic interventions. You have been protected in ways your mind could not comprehend at the time, because your spirit was always connected to heaven's attention. And this brings us to the question that has tugged at you for so long: are my loved ones watching over me? You ask because you feel their absence so painfully. You ask because you long for presence, for connection, for the comfort of knowing they still see you. But hear this with your spirit: your loved ones are not watching your struggles. Heaven is. They are not witnessing your pain. Angels are. They are not looking down from a realm of perfection into a world of suffering. Instead, they are immersed in glory beyond human understanding. Their joy is complete. Their peace is unbreakable. And because of that, heaven shields them from the weight of earthly sorrow. This is mercy, not distance, but the love you shared with them that remains imprinted on your spirit. That bond does not dissolve, it transforms. It becomes a spiritual thread woven into your identity. Their prayers, their blessings, their love continue to echo through your life. Not because they're watching the details of your days, but because heaven honors the connections forged in love. You carry them, not as ghosts of the past, but as spiritual imprints that heaven has woven into your calling. And while they rest in glory, heaven has assigned guardians over your path. Angels, real, present, attentive, walk with you. They are not distant beings, they are active participants in your journey. Some have shielded you from danger, some have whispered intuition into your heart. Some have redirected your steps when your own decisions would have led you into destruction, and some simply stand beside you when your heart feels too heavy to carry alone. Chosen one, your spirit has felt them, even when your mind doubted. That heaviness that suddenly lifts, that calm that appears out of nowhere, that warning inside your gut, that sudden clarity in confusion. These moments are heaven's movement. Angels do not always announce themselves, but they always leave traces. Traces your spirit recognizes even when your mind tries to explain them away. And this is why you must understand your identity now more than ever. You are not simply someone who has endured grief. You are someone who has been shaped, sharpened, awakened by it. Your questions do not weaken you, they reveal you. They expose the depth of your spirit, the sensitivity of your calling, and the reality of the realm that has always surrounded you. You have never walked alone. You have never suffered unnoticed. You have never been unprotected. Heaven has guarded you. Angels have guided you. Your spirit has remained connected, even when you felt lost. And now, chosen one, revelation is unfolding because you are ready to see who you have always been. Chosen one. As we enter this final unveiling, allow your heart to become still so your spirit can rise to meet the truth that has been forming inside you through every word until now. What you are stepping into in this moment is not merely understanding, it is alignment. It is the merging of memory and identity, the point where your soul finally recognizes itself in the mirror of heaven. You have traveled through grief, through questions, through spiritual echoes, and through the quiet guidance of angels, without realizing that each of these experiences was building toward this awakening. And now, Anointed One Heaven is ready to show you the completeness of the picture. You've asked whether your loved ones are watching over you. You've wondered if the ache in your heart is felt on the other side. You've questioned whether the connection is one-sided, or if the ones you miss so deeply still sense the bond your soul refuses to relinquish. These questions did not come from weakness, they came from the depth of your spirit, a depth most people never access. You asked because you sensed something real, something spiritual, something eternal beneath the surface of your grief. And now that heaven has revealed the truth that your loved ones are not watching your earthly struggles, but resting in unbroken glory, you may feel two emotions rising at once, a lingering sadness and a new peace. Both are allowed. Both are holy. Both reveal who you are becoming. Chosen one, understand this: the love that connected you to them did not break when they stepped into eternity. Love is not restricted by the boundaries of the physical world. Love is a spiritual force, a heavenly language, a bond that even death cannot sever. Though they are not watching your daily life, the imprint of their love remains etched into your being. Their prayers, their words, their presence, everything they sowed into your life still lives inside you. Heaven does not erase love. Heaven perfects it. And because of that, the parts of them that shaped you are still with you, not as spirits haunting your path, but as spiritual inheritance woven into your identity. This is why certain memories feel alive. This is why their voice echoes inside you at the exact moment you need guidance. This is why you carry strength you don't remember learning, courage that appears in moments of weakness, wisdom that sounds like someone you lost. These are reminders. These are imprints. These are pieces of love transformed into spiritual tools. When someone enters the presence of God, they do not forget what they loved on earth. They release it into heaven's care, and heaven uses what they released to strengthen you in ways you cannot see. But your journey is not upheld by memory alone. It is upheld by angels, real, present, divine beings, assigned by God to walk beside you. This is not storybook faith. This is spiritual reality. Angels have walked with you in moments you didn't survive on your own strength. Angels have redirected you when danger approached. Angels have stood between you and harm when you were unaware of the battle around you. Angels have whispered warnings, disguised as gut feelings. They have covered you when darkness attempted to infiltrate your spirit, and they have kept your purpose intact even when your heart felt shattered. Chosen one, I need you to grasp the weight of this truth. The intensity of your battles is proof of angelic activity. You were not attacked because you were weak. You were attacked because you were marked. The enemy does not wage war where heaven has not invested significance. And heaven does not assign angels where there is no divine destiny. You have lived through storms that would have ended others. You have risen from places that should have buried you. You have survived wounds that seemed too deep to mend. And each time something unseen lifted you. That something was not coincidence. It was assignment. Your life has been protected because your purpose has not yet been fulfilled. There is work you are called to do. There is healing you are meant to carry. There is light you are meant to release. There is truth you are meant to embody. You are not just someone who wonders about angels. You are someone angels have guarded fiercely. You are not just someone who asks about heaven. You're someone heaven has actively prepared. You're not just someone who feels deeply. You're someone whose depth is a tool, a gift, a spiritual weapon. And now, Anointed One Heaven is revealing a deeper truth. Still, your sensitivity, your questions, your grief, your spiritual instincts, these were never flaws. They were indicators that your identity reaches beyond your experiences, indicators that your spirit has always been awake, even when your mind didn't understand what it was sensing, indicators that you belong to a realm that operates on a different frequency than the world around you. This is why you feel things before they happen. This is why you discern people's intentions even when they hide them. This is why your dreams feel like messages. This is why you get restless when you're out of alignment. This is why certain places drain you and others fill you. You are not imagining these responses. Your spirit is responding to environments most people cannot perceive, and your angels respond with you. When you feel unsettled, they shift you. When you feel peace, they surround you. When you feel resistance, they are fighting for you. You have never been outnumbered, not once. And now, Chosen One, comes the most important revelation. Heaven has been preparing you for something. Not something far away, not something in another lifetime, something now. The questions you've asked have opened spiritual doors. The grief you've endured has softened your heart and sharpened your discernment. The battles you've fought have built resilience into your spirit. The angels assigned to you have been strengthening your path. Everything in your life, every ache, every longing, every moment of protection has been guiding you toward the awakening you are experiencing now. You are not who you were before this journey began. You are more aware, more aligned, more connected to heaven's movement. And this awakening, the one happening inside you in this very moment, is not the end of something. It is the beginning. The beginning of seeing the world as it truly is. The beginning of understanding your spiritual identity. The beginning of recognizing angelic presence without doubting yourself. the beginning of walking with heaven, consciously, not accidentally. Chosen one, you have been guided, loved, guarded, shaped, and awakened for a purpose only you can fulfill. And now, heaven speaks this over you. You are not alone. You have never been alone, and you will never be alone. Chosen one. As this message comes to its close, pause and feel what is rising within you, for heaven has been speaking to you, unveiling pieces of your identity that have waited years to be seen. You have not listened to this by accident. You were drawn here because your spirit is awakening, your hidden markers are aligning, and your true origin is beginning to shine through the veil. Anointed one, as this year comes to an end, understand this: your story has never been ordinary. The ache you've carried, the questions you've whispered, the signs you've felt but couldn't explain, these were heaven's way of guiding you back to yourself. Your loved ones may not be watching the details of this world, but the love they sowed into you has not faded. And heaven has used every memory, every tenderness, every echo of their presence to lead you into the fullness of who you were created to be. Chosen one. Your identity is not hidden from God, it is being revealed. You are being positioned, realigned, and awakened. The signs around you, the sensitivity within you, the protection that has carried you, these are confirmations of the calling sealed upon your life. You are not stepping into a new year uncertain. You are stepping into it marked, guarded, and chosen. So I speak this blessing over you now. May your spirit rise into clarity. May your identity unfold with boldness. May your purpose come forward without fear. May the angels assigned to you guide your feet, guard your path, and strengthen your steps. And may heaven confirm you again and again in the days ahead. Walk forward, anointed one, knowing you are seen, known, and divinely guided. If this word has stirred something sacred within you, share it in the comments or stay connected to this space where heaven continues to reveal the secrets of the chosen. Go in strength, go in truth, go in identity. You are not alone. You never have been,